Hello guys, how are you? This video topic is about the perfectionist mindset, my own experience with it, how did it get in my life, and how I'm dealing with it to overcome it, hopefully, to remove it from my own life. Well, as usual, I want to start with my own definition for it, and my own definition for it is you don't feel okay unless you do it perfectly. How you blend it in your head. A little bit less, and sometimes even a little bit more, is actually annoying. It has to be perfect. It's very hard for you to be flexible, adaptable, and like change. So, usually, let's give some kind of an example of how to approach my life. If I want to do something good about my life, like let's start a habit of cleaning, I tend not only to clean with like the dust, but also bring some kind of how should I say, some kind of water to also wipe it, and some soup, and make it like look nice and clean, and smell good. And that's good, but the problem is just simply cleaning the dust is already good enough, or not good enough, is good as well. The problem is that I don't feel good, okay, simply just cleaning the dust. No, I have to put the water and the soup. It has to be perfect. Or, for example, if I put, well, let's say at 9 o'clock a.m., I start cleaning for 5 or 10 minutes. If I'm late by 1 or 2 minutes, I feel annoyed. Like, I don't think that should be okay. I should be aware of that and strive to be, how should I say, very organized. I do believe in that, but not feel not okay just because you're late a little bit for whatever reason. So that's my own definition for it. How did it get in my life? Well, I have a nice and caring and loving mother. She's also a perfectionist. If you get in basically B plus, why did you not get A? If you get A, why did you not get A plus? And if you get A plus, why did you not clean your room perfectly or something like that? Wherever you are, she's always pushing you more, not really appreciating. She changed a lot now, and she's much more thankful and kind. She matured much more than before, which is really motivating for me because she's already like what, 50 something, 60 years old, and she's changing her character. So that's really motivating for me. And that was in her character for like 40, 50 years. So it's a big change. So it's motivating for me. Okay, I sidetracked a little bit. So I grew up watching my mother like that. So that seeped into me, and I admitted that we usually copy our mothers and fathers. The second thing is I play lots of video games, and they kind of reward basically perfectionist mindset. Kind of reward, but and also kind of not punish it as well. So you can manage and progress and win the game while still being perfectionist. It doesn't really hinder you because the games are not like real life. They are more simple, straightforward, clear. You can make a plan, you know exactly what's gonna happen, and so on. Life is different. But in video games, it's like, yeah, no problem. I know when this gonna happen, when that's gonna happen, what do I press, what do I do that, so it's perfect and everything. So that's also another reason why it's in my life. The third one is the education system. Education system. The perfect answer from the book, nothing more, nothing less. Don't question much. Actually, almost never question. Just answer, just memorize, and just answer. Sometimes even the teacher tells you it's not important to understand, just memorize. And that's like, so annoying. So it rewards the perfectionist mindset because you remember, you do correct, There's no like adaptability and flexibility. So that was the other reason, as far as I'm concerned. My own experience with it so far, that now that we know how it got my life, or as far as I think how it got in my own life, my own experience with it is honestly awful. It's just like not fun, man. And I was not even aware that it was wrong. I thought it was the right thing. I tried to fast and to try to stop masturbating, basically starting celibacy, or should I say semen retention, or other names. And so I would go. I'm usually do it like every day or every other day I would masturbate. Now I managed the last month actually to do it once every 3 days rather than once every other day, which is an improvement. But my perfectionist mindset is like doesn't make me really enjoy and appreciate the progress. You feel like defeated. Oh my god, my aim is not to masturbate and I masturbate, but it's also true that I progressed, which hopefully the next month, once every 4 days, the next month, once every 5 days, and hopefully by the end of the year, once every 12 days, or once every 2 weeks, which is, I mean, think about that for a second, once every 2 weeks, compared to me before once every other day, and sometimes even every day. So that's progress, but the perfection mindset makes you punish yourself, like always whipping yourself for whatever. Every little mistake and every little thing annoys you. Also, when I created the habits and the routine, if I'm 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, 3 minutes late, oh my god, I feel defeated. Like, that's how I think. And I can't really make the perfect day, but if I get 70 to 80% of that day near that timeline, and also the habits being done, even not 100%, 70 to 80% of the habit, that's still success compared to the me before, who was not doing anything, was masturbating almost every day, playing video games, eating unhealthy, and not caring about his sleep or fasting. So it's actually, there's a lot of progress. Yet this perfectionist mindset is like, no, it has to be perfect. You started, no mistakes, don't fall down. And it's like, and every time that I fall down, I relapse. For example, I masturbate. Some days I eat unhealthy. Some days I stop fasting. It's like, oh, it hurts more and disappointment. And I whip myself. It's like, oh, I get it. That's wrong, but I don't need to hurt myself emotionally for that. I hold myself accountable, but I shouldn't be a tyrant over myself. You did this wrong and you did that wrong. It's okay, but I also did this and this and this right, which is better than before. So take it step by step. So I went a little bit deep on the, I went deep on the my own experience with it because it was negative, and I thought that was good and motivating when I be harsh on myself. But thanks to my brother, he continuously reminded me that don't hate yourself. Don't take it personally when you fail and you don't do it perfectly and you didn't succeed on fasting continuously for a month or whatever. But actually, when you fall down, pick yourself up and move forward. You know, take another step. Progress is the goal, not perfectionist, because you won't be perfect, but you can progress and you can grow. So thanks to his reminders, I actually became aware that it's actually wrong. I shouldn't be that harsh on myself. That doesn't mean I don't be accountable and push myself and sometimes punish myself if I'm taking it too far. Yes, but in a right way, or at least as far as I'm concerned, a better way than before, and hopefully every day I do it better than before. How I treat myself, and so on. From that day on, my journey started with how I'm facing my own perfectionist mindset, right? From the moment that he made me aware, I started to face that mindset. That doesn't mean I changed yet, but now I'm aware that's not right, and therefore I have a choice. But before that, or not before that, before I started to take care of myself seriously and to get my act together, I didn't really have to face my own perfectionist mindset problem, because I was living in chaos basically. There's no plan, there's no goal, so there's nothing to be done perfectly because there's no actually goal. So I'm walking in mindlessly, playing, masturbating impulsively, and whatsoever. So I didn't face the mindset of perfectionist. But now that I started taking care of myself, therefore started habits, started thinking consciously, trying my best to say the truth within myself. Hopefully, I dare eventually say it to others as well, with others and to others, and definitely not lie. And start making habits. So there's now structure and a goal and a path, and then a routine and a goal in the next year and so on, and holding myself accountable. I started facing this mindset on every single day. Every time I'm a little bit late, I feel that. Every time I don't do it in an excellent manner, I feel it, and this and that. And so every time I feel it, I try to remind myself, it's okay. You don't have to be perfect. And I remind myself in an articulate way, not just be mad at myself again, like, don't be perfect. No, I would articulate it and say, it's okay. What matters is progress, and you are doing better than before. Like, you're comparing yourself, the current self, with your yesterday self, and you're improving. That's great. You don't have to be perfect, and you can't be perfect. And so every time it happens, I would tell myself, and that really helps. And I'm thinking that, not thinking, I'm feeling it, that it's getting less and less powerful. It's getting weaker and weaker, this mindset. And I'm trying to really adopt the mindset of excellence, growth, progress, baby steps, clarity, truth, these kinds of mindset, not the perfectionist. Excellence is different. You want to be excellent. But if you get tired, if you get exhausted, and so on, it's okay. You stop that day, for example, and you don't feel bad. But perfectionists, no, you have to do it. And if you don't do it, you feel bad. It's very different. At least that's my own understanding of these different ones. And so, yeah, that's how I'm dealing with it so far. Every time it arises, I remind myself articulately in an articulate way, explaining to myself literally again that it's okay. It's about progress, no problem. What matters is that you improve. What matters is that you progress and move forward. Sometimes you take a step backward, or two or three, but as long as you are in the bigger picture moving forward, that's good. You should actually feel good about that rather than at least not negative or good. No, you should actually feel good, be more motivated to do that. And that's how I'm dealing with it so far. And it's actually getting weaker in my case. So the first step was to become aware that it's actually wrong. That mindset is wrong. And how you are dealing with yourself in that way is actually wrong. So I hope in this video is that I convey that to you. If you have a problem with perfection, and you have the perfectionist mindset, that you actually become aware that it's actually wrong, because it's easy to tell yourself that no, this is actually good, that I punish myself, and I don't feel good if I don't do it perfectly. But actually, no, you can still be excellent, and you can still be very organized and so on, but not perfect, and feel good. And that's better for you, especially in the long run. So I really hope that message be conveyed to you, and I really hope that you find this helpful and motivating. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.